but I have used none of these things, nor have I written these things that it should be done so to me. For it would be better for me to die than that anyone should make my boasting void. In this portion, what Paul trying to speak out is he's trying to say that the ministers who are doing ministry, mm, how to live, what should be their motive. Actually, why Paul sharing all these things means during his lifetime, I mean, when he was living, uh, we can say contemporary contemporary history, many people in Christian uh, world, I mean, in the ancient church, some of the people trying to do ministry and extract money from the churches. Even the same practice happening in the pagans people, with the pagans people. So Paul doesn't want to be one of them. He doesn't want to be called a minister who work for the uh, paid, who work for the money. So his motive was to preach gospel. Whether it should be paid or not paid, that is secondary. For him, the important thing is preaching gospel is his main motive. So that's what he says that, see, if you see here, but at the same time, he is not denying that the person who is in ministry should be denied of his support from the church. What he says, uh, see, in seventh verse, he says, whoever goes to war at his own expense, who plants a vineyard and does not eat of its fruit, who tends a flock and does not drink of the milk of the flock. So what Paul trying to say, see, if a soldier when he goes to battle, uh, do you think that he support himself for the battle? No. And also the farmer who grows food for the people. Uh, so do you think he doesn't get something from what he grows for himself? So it is not that much, that way. And also the person who tends flock, he should get something from the flock for his own needs. Without getting something from for his own needs from his own flock, it won't be a fair thing. And also the people who uh, cook food, see, who cook food for us, let them go hungry, not a fair thing. They would feel deprived or unsatisfied. So they are cooking food for us. At the same time, they should also be given something for themselves. So all these things is sharing. And also he says that if others are partakers of this right over you, are we not even more? Nevertheless, we have not used this right, but endure all things lest we hinder the gospel of Christ. Uh, so basically, what he says, people who work to teach and serve others spiritually should receive support for their daily needs. But at the same time, he did not care whether he was Paul. He did not care whether he was paid or not paid. What mattered to him was doing God's work effectively. If receiving support helped the gospel, Paul would accept it. If working for his own living helped the gospel more, Paul would do that instead. So his main concern was helping people hear and believe the good news of Christ, not his own comfort or income. Is for him the concern thing. The important thing is whether he would be paid or not paid. That is not matter for him. For him, the matter is whether people receiving gospel from him or not. If in that process, if he is supported, it's okay, fine, he would accept. While preaching gospel, if he feels he support himself by working in his own hands, that helps him more, that also he would do instead. So whichever helps him more to preach the gospel, that he prefers. See, if support helps him preach more gospel, that is okay. If support not help him to preach the gospel, and his own work helps him preach more gospel, that also is giving priority. He is giving priority. See, the basic thing is which will help him preach the gospel more, whether it is support or his own work, whichever helps him preach the more gospel, that is his priority. So his intention is preaching gospel is the priority, not receiving support or doing his own work by his own hands, doing work by his own hands. That is not a concern for him. Preaching gospel is the main concern. And also, uh, see, as he says all these things, we should think that he is not rejecting one, not accepting one. He is balancing both because, see, the ox which flows, I mean, which walks around the grain should not be given something eating from the grain which is in front of him. It's not a fair thing. So you should, the ox to be given from what he works. Ox is working around the grain, but it is restricted from eating something, mm, what he is in front of him. It's not fair thing. So he says that is okay. It should be given something, but how much should be given? How much to be given? If it is matter of supporting church to the pastor who is doing ministry, how much he should be supported? He should get as much as possible from the church. That is wrong attitude. Some people will be there. They think that they should get as much as possible from the church beyond their necessities, beyond their need. That is not the right attitude. So, how pastor should live? Pastor should live at the about the same standard of community that he serves. If uh, church is beyond his standard of life, it is not fair. At the same time, church is below his standard of life, also not fair. He should be on par with the community. Means he should live a moderate life. If at all he receives support, he should receive support that will align with the church that he minister. So that moderate life he should lead. So he should not be poorer. At the same time, he should not be uh, above the level of others in the church, not eyeing on more rich or wealthy. So that should not be his attitude. So if that is his attitude, only receiving money and working for um, church, so how it would be? See, so in the uh, common world, in the secular world, we see people working in the offices, school, and all. If they work while boss is watching, and when nobody is watching, if he takes rest, that is not the good thing. Or this same analogy is applied. Same analogy is applied even in the church. So the pastor, the minister, if he works only when people observe him and just showcasing, that would not be a good thing. Uh, Pastor motto should be whether he is observed or not observed, that should not be his motive. His motto should be working all the time for the gospel and for the edification of the church, to support the people and to pray for them, to try to encourage them on all these things, whether it would be appreciated, not appreciated, whether it would be recognized, not recognized, whether it would be noticed or not noticed. Those are all uh, should not be in his mind, is saying. So, and also the pastor who receives support from the church should work hard and not be lazy. Just as it is wrong for a regular worker to do work only when the boss is watching, it is even more wrong for a minister of the gospel only when people are watching. Some will be saying that in presence of people, they will be doing more prayers and reading more Bible and all. Once they come to know nobody is watching, they will be at leisure. That should not be the right thing. So, if a person does so, then it would be like a person stealing from his own house. Uh, See, stealing from his own house not only is a dishonorable thing, it is a sacrilege, means sin against God. So, what we need to understand from all these things, uh, a pastor or minister has the right to receive enough support to take care of himself and his family. If a minister asks for money than he truly needs, he is being greedy. For his needs, okay. Beyond his needs, if he asks money, it is a greedy. If someone does no real work for God's kingdom but still expects the church to support him, he is like a hired worker who is not faithful. So church workers may receive support, but they should live honestly, serve faithfully, and not seek wealth or luxury. So that is the intention of Paul. Uh, Finally, what we want to bring onto the front means, see, spreading gospel and being faithful in the ministry is the important thing. That For that, whether you would receive support or you don't receive support, that is secondary. But at the same time, as a minister who works for the church, should be supported, because see, suppose if a person works 40 hours in a week and 8 hours a day, and after doing 8 hours in 8 hours of work in a day and getting exhausted and coming and spending 3 to 4 hours of reading Bible and ministering the church, won't be fair, right? So only leftover time giving to the ministry won't be nice. When he takes care of the congregation, church, as a member in the church, okay, but he is the take care of the church, overseer of the church, and not spending time for the folk, but he is spending time for his work and for his earning. Only leftover time is giving to feed the folk in the church. That won't be a good thing. He may not feed the church or the folk as much as he has to feed. That's what when when God's minister taking care of the church, overseeing the church, he should be completely dedicated to the church ministry. That time, what he has to do, whatever he receives support, it should be moderate, modest, not for greedy, nor for down level of his needs, or below the power, means under the poverty. He should be on in alignment with the church members, and he has to spend time in feeding the God's church. I mean, feeding the folk and encouraging the folk, and praying for them, and uh, just looking after their needs and all. So, in that way, he can do the faithful ministry, which is expected by God. When he is in the ministry, his motto should not be just earning, nor being noticed, nor any external things. Rather, he should have the motto of being accountable to God and praying with the whole heart of the people who are interested to him, and devoting an entire his time for edifying the church. For that, he can get support, but that support must be very modest, uh, because he may not do his work for his livelihood, because entire his time is spending on the church. So you can receive support, but that support must be modest, not greedy, not just extracting as much as he wants, just for his livelihood. He should get some support, and his motto should be feeding the gods, people, overseeing them, taking care of their needs. I mean, uplifting for their needs in the prayer, and preaching word of God, and doing whatever God has God has put burden in his heart, that is just imparting to the church. So that is the we understand from this portion. May God bless this portion. Thank you, sister.
Welcome, brother. Good morning. And it is lovely message. Very nicely, we have to be modest and we have not to be greedy. And we should not be only for doing this, but we should do the services for the church. Very nicely projected. May the Lord be with you throughout this day and forever. And God bless your ministry. God bless your family. God bless your work. God bless all your heart's desire. And above all, keep you with good health and strength day by day to go ahead. Thank you, brother, for taking it
Thank you,
up.
sister.
God bless
Thank
you.
you so much, sister. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you.
God, praise God. Bye, dear. Happy Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.